the crowd goes absolutely wild. Coming up on Denver 7 News at 5 o'clock, the Mile High City is on fire this morning after the Avs did indeed find a way to win Game 1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
So we're talking to the team and the fans who helped fuel that momentum into overtime, leading to the game-winning goal.
Colorado's largest city takes steps today to combat an epidemic of car thefts.
And the Fed announces its largest increase in the interest rate in decades in an effort to control inflation. We'll break down what this means for your personal finances.
Yeah, your money and monthly budget taking a hit, but hey, Game 1 win, priceless. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Yeah, those fans at Ball Arena certainly paid a hefty price ticket for that, but they got the win they wanted. Lisa, we know you were up late watching that.
How could you not stay up late?
I was still
Couldn't
up
sleep,
evening.
We really need to stop with the overtimes, though. They not only make me nervous, but it goes a lot later. We've got a beautiful start. What a fun start to our morning, too, after a big win like that. Beautiful conditions. You can see here from our Viero camera there in Lyman. It's going to be a bright sunrise. A lot of sunshine out there early this morning, and temperatures are going to be on the rise. We are likely going to see highs much closer to the record high here over the next couple of days. Then to the normal. We're typically low to mid 80s this time of year. We'll be about 7 to 10 degrees above that this afternoon. Denver right around 93. You'll find 90s up and down the Front Range. Just a touch cooler in spots like Castle Rock near 90. Evergreen, low 80s, 70s and 80s in the mountains. Statewide, it's hot. Now, tomorrow there will be a better chance for a few afternoon thunderstorms, and Jason, those could help to briefly cool things off. I'll show you the timing of those storms tomorrow and our risk for any severe weather coming up.
And right now, the overall drive looks pretty nice. I'm not seeing any lingering delays you might see in downtown Denver around Ball Arena. This is I-70 right in that lower section. You can see the work that continues for that new tunnel that should be open in mid-July. The eastbound, westbound side looks okay. All the overnight construction's done there. Take a look at I-76 as we have just a broken down trash truck here on the westbound side right before you would get to I-270, I-25 area. Just a hazard. Everybody's getting over to the left to get around it in okay shape. And you can see the drive times right now look great. So no big problems for us really anywhere around town. Pretty nice wide open drive. Also tour from the airport, 15 to 30 minute security wait time out there.
Well, the Avs, of course, showing why they are favored to bring the Stanley Cup home, beating the two-time champion Lightning just a minute into overtime last night at Ball Arena.
Yeah, it was a grind, but what a thrilling finish. And now the team says they have their eye on the real prize. They tweeted overnight, 1 down, 3 to go. Denver 7's Nick Rothschild has the game highlights and reaction from the players.
So the Avs convert an off night for Andrei Vasilevskiy into a win to start this series 1-0. And for me, that was the biggest thing. Andrei Vasilevskiy, the game's best goalie, didn't have it tonight, and the Avs made him pay to win the game. The other thing the Avs did great was take emotional evenness into overtime. This is their 5th game in overtime. They're now 4-1 in overtime in these playoffs. The Lightning hadn't played an overtime game since the first round. They're now 1-1. And despite the emotion and nerves of the moment, the Avs found a way to get it done in crunch time.
I was kind of nervous too, and I had a little bit of problems sleeping last night and woke up at 6 in the morning and couldn't wait to play a game. So, I mean, yeah, definitely I feel, like I said, I feel like I've been there and I kind of know the situation and what's on stake, and yeah.
Just wait till have kids, you'll be up at 6 every day. People's going to question the rest versus rest all along, and that's nothing new to us. We believe that rest is important, and it's going to be important in this series, and long term it'll be good for us. And you know, we knew it wasn't going to be an issue to get up for this one and come out with a lot of energy. I mean, it's a Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals at home. You know, so we were just feeding off of that energy, and the whole city's been buzzing all week, and it's great to see.
Oh boy, if you can't get up for the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals, might want to check your pulse. Gabe Landeskog is right. This building was rocking, and they rode that energy into an early lead, and they found it again late to get the job done in overtime. And you gotta feel for Andrei Burakovsky. The guy's had a bit of an up and down postseason. A lot of fans may be calling for him to be moved out of the lineup, but Jared Bednar showed confidence in him. He returned the favor with a 1-0 series lead tonight and that overtime goal. Reporting from Ball Arena, Nick Rothschild, Denver 7 Sports.
Well, thousands of fans at the home stadium helped fuel that win. Denver 7's Veronica Costa joins us from Ball Arena this morning. Fans really sounding confident for the rest of this series, Veronica.
They are, and this place behind me, Ball Arena, was just completely electric last night after that game-winning goal in overtime. And of course, as you can probably imagine, as those fans were making their way outside, trying to get home as soon as possible, they were seeping with excitement. Just listen to them here.
Avs are just dominating right now. This Tampa has no answer for our speed.
So much speed. We got everything it takes this year. We're taking the cup home. They're going to bring it back to Colorado. Hopefully it's in 4, but I think 5-6, we got it.
And if that wasn't enough excitement for you, take a look at this video. It shows you just how excited those Avs fans were, just how many of them were packed into Ball Arena last night. Of course, we know they started off strong and ultimately they ended off strong as well. There were so many happy moments after that OT win like this one. Take a look at this.
Like Stanley Cup playoff, like final game, and I just like a Stanley Cup so I could be on the Jumbotron and have some fun and show everyone. And I also want to too.
Dressed up as a Stanley Cup, waiting for the Stanley Cup to actually come back here to Colorado, hopefully. So next game, Saturday. And of course, as you can imagine, that excitement's only going to continue into then. We're live in Denver this morning. I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
It looked like a Stanley Cup and lost a tooth like many hockey players. Our Avs coverage continues in our next half hour. Coming up, we have new video from the Avs, which takes you inside a special moment of fans pouring out at Ball Arena. Also, we have a unique playoff auction organized by the girlfriend of one of the Avs players. Well, the largest single interest rate hike in almost 3 decades is now expected to strain Americans' finances even more than they already are.
Now, of course, the goal here is to improve inflation in the long run and make things cheaper again. But Denver 7's Jessica Crawford breaks down what this means for your budget right now, Jessica.
Yeah, what could be good for the overall inflation outlook could certainly hurt Americans' pockets. I mean, we're talking credit cards, cars, mortgages, all of those could get more expensive. And yes, this is the biggest hike that we've seen in about 28 years. But other increases could be on the way. Wednesday, the Fed raised its key short-term interest rates by 0.75 percentage point. That's the largest hike since 1994, to a range of 1.5% to 1.75%. Experts say that we could see aggressive increases in July and in September, and some more typical quarter-point increases throughout the rest of the year. The rate hike is expected to increase interest rates for credit cards, home equity lines of credit, and mortgages, as well as other loans. Fixed 30-year mortgages already went from interest rates of just over 3% to more than 5% this year, in expectation of the Fed's changes. The rate hike comes on top of crushing gas and food prices, which have frustrated a lot of shoppers in recent months, even forcing some to change their behavior. And many Americans are struggling, or at least having to change their spending habits to keep up with these changes.
We're confined, we're just kind of being like kept prisoners in our own little spaces because we can't afford to do anything.
I am so not used to this. 8 gallons for $40. That's kind of crazy.
And consumer prices surged 8.6%. That was recorded last month from a year ago. The Fed says that it hopes that increasing these rate hikes won't send us into a recession. So we'll see about that. Live in Denver, I'm Jessica Crawford, Denver 7.
Yeah, everyone holding on to hope we don't fall into a recession. But as interest rates rise, the demand for a mortgage is now about half of what it was a year ago. Experts say higher rates, higher home prices, and a shortage of inventory are all hurting demand from potential buyers.
And this is really hurting people who work in the mortgage or real estate industry. Several of the country's largest real estate companies are announcing layoffs. Redfin is reducing its workforce by about 8%. The company said demand for its services in May was 17% below expectations. Compass says it's cutting about 450 of its 4,500 employees. The company is also pausing hiring, expansions, and mergers and acquisitions. Lisa.
It's going to be a warm day today. Take a look at our dog walking forecast. By about 12 o'clock, lots of sunshine, 85 degrees. We'll be in the low to mid 90s for highs today between 4 and 5. Dry today, but a few thunderstorms are possible tomorrow, and I'll show you more on that and the timing of it coming up in just a few minutes.
And we have a new problem up to the north, unfortunately. It's a crash on north or southbound I-25 right after Highway 34. We have the right lane blocked. You can see the flashing lights in here, and you see that traffic is backing up in the area. So this will eventually be some southbound lanes, new ones, but you're still driving on the old pavement here. And with that right lane block, we do have a bit of a delay coming down from the Loveland-Greeley exit, heading down towards Berthoud.
Well, parents, you're one step closer to being able to get your kids a COVID vaccine. What still has to happen, though, before shots are approved for young children?
And Disney is offering a once-in-a-lifetime experience with a once-in-a-lifetime price tag with what over $100,000 will get you.